So I'm Eric. I live in Washington, Connecticut. Started up here as weekenders, coming up from the city every weekend, and now, since COVID, are full-time in lovely Litchfield County. We did our research and found Classic Turf, and Classic referred us to courts locally in Litchfield County that they had built for other homeowners and some public courts as well, and for us to try and for us to see what the post-tension concrete surface, how it played, how it was on your joints, on your knees, that type of thing. So through that process, we decided to go with Classic Turf, and that post-tension concrete was a good solution for us. And it's just this really very, very low maintenance, and it doesn't break down over time. It maintains a great playing surface for years to come. In various stages of the project, you know, Ryan's like kind of the first person you interface with as you're going through the process of what you're trying to do and the building process. And then John and Tamara are more on the technical side and more of the site-specific work. And then, you know, Tamara gives you a lot of really fun stories about how he started the business and built it over the years. So our first court we built, the site was pretty challenging. We had 7 acres, but the house was in the middle of the 7 acres, so you couldn't build in the front, and it was really restricted to one area in the rear left-hand corner that was a big hill. So we worked with them on how to kind of, in a very tasteful way that was aesthetically pleasing and functional, to actually build the court into the side of the hill and taking some of the land from the hill, pushing it downhill to create a flat area for the court that ended up being really, really beautiful and also pretty well hidden from the house. So you didn't really see the court. It wasn't in your direct line of sight from anywhere in the house. And that court turned out, you know, beautifully. And that's what led us to do the next court with them. So the second court was easier. It was kind of a no-brainer. There was a huge old vegetable garden that had been neglected and not really cultivated for 30 or 40 years. So it was a flat area at the top of a hill with a pretty spectacular view of the surrounding hillside. And no trees had to come down, so it was really nice that way. We moved some old blueberry bushes, so you can have a snack while you're playing tennis or after you're playing tennis. But the site was much easier to deal with. We really wanted it to look, you know, residential or country, not like you're at the high school playing tennis. So I think one of the things we did was the fence. So the fence is cedar fence posts. It basically looks like it's made of trees, and they just disappear basically when you're kind of in the fields and the woods. You don't really see the fence at all, which is great. The other thing we did, which is kind of funny, is so my husband Ed and I are in the shoe business, and we are liking logos and branding and such a thing. So we both have the first initial E. So we designed a logo, or had one of our colleagues at work design a logo that then they applied at various places. So it's on the side of the court. It's E with a tennis ball in the middle. It's kind of a funny thing, which we've really had a lot of fun with. We wanted it to be appropriate for a residential country house. So we didn't want like bright blue or, you know, some of the traditional USDA colors. We wanted it to blend into the surrounding grass and woods around it. So we did a combination of light green and dark green. And I think they were, you know, these were things that we really wanted very specifically, that was very collaborative with the team at Classic to really come up with this, the combination of these elements that makes it really kind of unique and country house-like instead of more institutional like you'd find at a high school. Like how you entertain now of, you know, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, weekday afternoons. You know, we have little arguments on who's going to book the court. Do I get it? Does Ed get it? You know, we have a little conflict. Maybe we need a second court. I'm not sure. But it's a great way to socialize, and I think everyone who comes to play, you know, really enjoys the court and loves how it turned out. You know, from late April till sometimes early January, if Mother Nature cooperates, we use the court every day that we're here. You know, it's just really kind of the hub of activity, the way when you were a kid and your parents wanted your house to be the house where all the kids came. It's, you know, the adult version of that, if you will, where this is, people are coming and going all the time. You know, some of our local pros that we hit with over time, you know, we'll let them give an occasional lesson at the court when they can't use a local club that's not open yet or that doesn't allow them to give lessons there. We open it up to them and to some of our friends and things, which is, again, it's kind of nice to have people around.